If you want to be promoted, if you want to make more money, if you want to be more fulfilled at work, it all comes down to personal development. And that is because personal development will always lead to career development. Personal growth will always lead to career growth. And so in this video, we're going to talk about some things you can do to personally develop. Because here's the deal, if you want to be promoted, you have to create value. And the formula for creating value is personal development plus problem solving equals value created. In other words, as you personally develop, you're able to solve more complex problems because you're learning more and you have more confidence at work. So you're able to solve more complex problems. And when you solve those more complex problems, you're able to make more money because you create more value. That's the secret to getting promoted. That's the secret to getting raises. It's you have to personally develop, and then you have to solve more complex issues. And as you do that, you start to rise up in the ranks of leadership in the marketplace. Okay, so we're going to go over a few things to do in order to personally develop. And here's the deal. The cool part about this is as you personally develop, you become more confident. You become more fulfilled. You feel like you're growing as a person. You feel like your career isn't just the means to an end. It's not just a paycheck. It's a way to personally develop yourself so that you can become better for your family, for your friends, for people around you. You become a better contributor to society. You become someone that people look up to, that when you walk into a room, they look to you as the leader. They look to you as someone that can help inspire them and change their lives because you're the one, because you've taken the reins of your own life to change your own life. There's something very fulfilling about being someone that other people can look up to. And I would say in today's world, we have a responsibility. If you have breath in your lungs and you have even an ounce of skill or talent in your life, you need to become someone that at least one person can look up to. And you need to take responsibility and say, you know what, I want to help them. Because people are starving for leadership. They're starving for leadership because we live in a generation right now. We live in a time with some of the worst leadership maybe ever throughout the history of the world. And so in this video, we're going to go through exactly how you can personally develop, because personal development is the key to your success in your career. And I know that sounds super simple. It's not just about your CV. It's not about having the perfect resume. It's not about building all this experience. Yes, those things are important, but here's the deal. If you're not personally developing, you're going to stop growing. And when you stop growing, you start going backwards. And when you start going backwards, your employer will notice. And when your employer notices, you will be disciplined and possibly lose your job. But if you want to have an upward spiral, if you want to have a career in life that continues to rise, if you want to continue making more money, if you want to be able to take your family on nicer vacations, if you want to be the best person you can be so that when people look at you, they look up to you. And this video is for you. Before I go into that, if you want more videos like this on a daily basis, subscribe to this channel, like this video if it's helpful. Tell me something in the comments that you learned from this video. But let's jump into a few ways that you can personally develop. Number one, you have to eat healthy and you have to work out. Now, obviously, this is something that we've all heard. But just because we know better doesn't mean we do better. And so this is something that we have to get extremely serious about. It's something that you have to make a core value in your life. Now, I'm not saying you can never eat sugar again. I'm not saying you can never have some ice cream. What I'm saying is you need to have some moderation. You need to be more disciplined with the things you're eating, and you need to work out at least 4 or 5 days a week. Now, there might be some days where if you're on a 3-day split in weightlifting, you might walk 10,000 steps for your workout on one day, right? Or 10,000 steps throughout the day. But we have to make health and fitness the number one of the top things that we're focused on. And this is the reason why. When you work out, you're in a better mood, which means you're easier to be around. And you're also more confident. All three of those things are extremely important in business because in business, you're always going to be working with people. And if you're working with people, it's really important that you're in a good mood, you're really confident, and you have this infectious energy that people want to be around you. Now, you might not have that after the first day of working out and eating healthy, but by week 2, week 3, all of a sudden people start to notice, man, you've dropped a few pounds. You're looking a little bit better. Man, when you walk into a room, people are like, did he lose weight? Did she lose weight? Man, they seem a little bit more energetic. They seem nicer than they used to be. And it's all because you're putting your physical fitness first. You have to focus on that. And it's so simple, but so few people do it. Walk into your work tomorrow and look at the percentage of people who are in shape. You might not be able to find anybody that's in shape. And then if there is somebody in shape, I want you to go talk to them and see if they speak differently than someone who's out of shape. Now, I'm talking in generalities here. There might be exceptions to this rule, but overall, you're going to find the people who are sharp, on point, hard workers, high achievers, they're in shape. And the reason for that is it takes discipline to get in shape. It takes discipline to be in good health and have good fitness. And so a good marker of discipline is if someone is in shape. Notice the difference between people who aren't in shape in the marketplace and those who are. Like I said, there is exceptions, but I'd rather base my life off of what is true most of the time instead of exceptions, because most of us aren't the exception. So the first thing we have to do is we have to focus on our health and fitness. The next thing we have to do is we have to be reading books or taking some type of courses to further our education. If the last book you read was in high school or college, it's time to change that habit. Now listen to me, I hate reading. I'm not someone who loves to read. I don't love to sit down. My wife read 96 books last year. In 52 weeks, she read 96 books. She was reading almost 2 books a week. I'm not like that. And I like to read mostly self-development, personal development, motivational, self-help type books. But here's what I found. If I got the audiobook and the physical copy, I can listen while reading along. I can pause, underline, take notes, and I read through books pretty quick now by doing that. And so if you hate reading, that's how you can do it. But here's the deal. Being in good health and fitness is only the first step. That's only the first step. The next thing you have to do is you have to improve your skills. You have to improve the way you think. You have to improve your problem-solving skills, your creative thinking skills, because those are the things that bring value to the marketplace. You know, we're moving into a time where AI is going to be able to replace a lot of jobs. You know what it's not going to be able to replace? Creative thinking, creative problem solving, the ability to make really tough decisions. And so we have to grow our ability to do that if we want to survive in the marketplace in the future. Let me tell you something. There are so many people that are going to be fired over the next 10 years because they took their job for granted. They took their career for granted. They didn't show up passionate. They didn't show up as someone who wants to work hard. They didn't show up as someone who wanted to become the best they could be, not only at their job, but just in life in general. If you don't want to be one of those people, if you don't want to be someone who's fired, who's let go because of a lack of passion, because now AI has replaced you, come to work every day with a smile. Be in good shape, have infectious energy, be someone who sets a culture in the workplace. And you're like, man, I'm an introvert. That's not me. Become someone different, guys. Begin to recreate yourself, begin to reinvent yourself, become more valuable in the marketplace. Because we're moving into a time where the people who don't become more valuable, they're going to be laid off. They're going to be fired. But the people who can creatively problem solve, who have critical thinking skills and come to work every day setting a culture and a tone for the day, not only for themselves, but those around them, and setting an atmosphere, those are going to be the people who companies are fighting to keep hold of. Because here's the deal. When you become someone like that, options begin to open. So we have to focus on becoming someone who's valuable. And we do that by working out, by eating right, by reading books and taking courses. And here's the deal, guys. There's all these gurus out there, right? There's all these people selling courses. And I'll tell you, I've bought some that I'm like, this was a ripoff. I'll tell you firsthand, I've been ripped off. But then there's been some there's one sales course I took, and within a month, I had doubled the amount of money I was making in commission because of that sales course. And this is what I found. This is the secret. This is the secret to knowing whether or not it's worth your investment. Does the person who's selling the course to you give you a lot of value for free? Are they posting to YouTube regularly? Are they posting on Instagram or TikTok or wherever you get your content? Are they posting regularly, teaching you for free? Because if they're giving you great value for free, can you imagine how valuable their paid value is going to be? But people who are always trying to hide what they really teach, who are trying to gatekeep all of their best content, that's a red flag to me, because that means they don't really have much to add. But if you find somebody that's adding value all the time and they come with a course, chances are it's going to be a really good course, and it's going to help you in your life if it fits where you're at in your career. So that's a good way that you can kind of tell the fakes from the real ones. Okay, so we need to be reading books. We need to be buying courses. But guys, this is the last one. And this is counterintuitive. If you want to personally develop more, you need to take a day of rest. It doesn't have to be every week. I take one day of rest every week. Sundays, I go to church with my family. Me and my wife, we go to church. We'll go grab some Indian food. We'll chill out. You know, I'll kind of plan my week, but I'm not doing like any hard, I'm not answering emails. I'm not doing that kind of stuff. Guys, take a day of rest. I have found that the hardest problems that I have solved, the solution has come to me when I'm doing something just hanging out. I'm not like actively thinking about it. Like I could be hanging out with some friends on Sunday, me and my wife could be at lunch, and all of a sudden the solution hits me. And it's because my subconscious is still looking at it, even though my mind's not actively focusing on it. And so it's counterintuitive. But every week, take one day of rest if you can. If it's every 2 weeks, take a day of rest. Take time off once a week or twice a month. And what you'll find is solutions to difficult problems will come to you when you're taking a break. Write it down, and Monday morning or whenever the next day you're working is, come in and you'll have a solution. And guys, the marketplace pays for solutions, not someone who can just point out problems. So I hope this video was helpful. If you want to become a better person, if you want to become a better worker, if you want to make more money, if you want to get promoted, if you want to get raises, if you want to be someone that everyone looks up to, focus on your health and fitness first. Then train for skills, whether it's reading or it's buying courses. Improve your skills so that you can become more valuable in the marketplace. And then lastly, take a day of rest. I know it sounds so weird. It sounds so counterintuitive to what we're told in hustle culture today. Hey, I'm all about hustle. Hustle 6 days a week and take a day off, because in that day off, you're going to get solutions that they're going to be so much better than you could have ever thought of just like actively thinking about something. So those are the 3 things you need to do. I hope this video was helpful. If you want more daily videos, I come out with a new video every weekday for the time being. Subscribe to this channel, comment if something helped you, like this video. And if you'll do that, it'll tell me, okay, I need to continue doing these daily videos because they're bringing value. So I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe to this channel, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.